across Britain, really, have been queuing overnight when they can to get hold of a new video game. Simon has more. What is it?
Well, this is an industry that, let's face it, didn't really exist when you were a lad. Was Space Invaders, and was when Chris and I were nippers, and through Super Mario Brothers and
Skittles.
beyond, all part, we'll come back to that later, all part of an entertainment revolution that has left the cinema in its wake. £1.7 billion was spent last year on video games, according to the data company GfK ChartTrack. Now, that's more than we spent on cinema trips and DVDs combined. Now, while most of you were tucked up in bed at midnight last night, thousands of gamers across the world queued to become the first to own the latest offering in the shoot-'em-up Halo series. This is what some of them had to say about it.
We got here about 7 o'clock this morning. We basically just wanted to make sure we're at the front of the queue, you know, get it first, see if there's anything being handed out with it. Just be here for the whole experience, really.
The whole, Halo series has just come together so well. It's since the first one where it was Master Chief introducing a really good hero, and then ever since, from the start to the beginning, they've had this continuous run of nice storylines.
I think really this is what Xbox is all about. I mean, this is what made Xbox what it is, really, I'd say.
When I get hold of my copy, I'm going to play.
Well, our technology reporter Daniel Emery was at that launch last night, joins us now. It's like a huge following for a film or a pop group.
It really is. I mean, this generates what we call fanboys. They're basically people who are absolutely into the series, utter addicts, and as you saw, will stand outside a shopping centre at midnight to get their hands on the game, and then will spend the entire night playing it.
Well, it's a massive industry, we've established that. Still looks from that pretty male-dominated.
It is. Generally, with one exception, it's 95% blokes that play it. The only exception to that is online games, role-playing games such as World of Warcraft and EverQuest, and they're about 25% are female who actually play it. I think it's the whole getting into a character, trying to be someone else, and there's a lot less violence in those games as well.
OK, and a lot of people thinking that it can put off Alzheimer's. I've seen this, older age people are thinking that it can help them with that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of adverts for the Nintendo handheld system, the brain teasers and stuff like that. In fact, there's a new version of that coming out in the next few months that's going to be a 3D screen, and you won't need glasses. The idea is you can sit there and you can play pets, and it's a proper 3D screen. It's quite clever.
It's a big industry. It's something we in the UK are particularly good at.
We are good at that, although our position is fading slightly. I mean, Britain produced games such as Tomb Raider, which is called Design, the various Formula 1 games, Little Big Planet. The whole issue at the moment is over tax breaks. The Labour government said they were going to give tax breaks similar to what the film industry get, but then with the new administration came in, they said, you know what, that's not on the menu for now. The case hasn't been made. They're still lobbying for this, about 20% break. The government's saying, not sure you need it. Yeah. But Canada is basically practically giving money away, and a lot of game developers are migrating over there because, quite simply, it cuts the bottom line.
Trying to poach some of our industry there. Now, give us we're talking about, Space Invaders to what we see today in these shoot-'em-up game. Give us an idea of what the future of video games is going to look like.
Well, I'm going to use my crystal ball here. Certainly in the immediate future, we're going to see a lot more in terms of hands-free controllers. Microsoft have got that system where literally you can dance about the screen and it'll pick it up. In the future, who knows, holograms, maybe some device we can plug it into our head, close our eyes, it'll be better than life, and you're out somewhere else.
That sounds great. I'm in. Over to you.
Warcraft 2. They'll never make a game better than Warcraft 2.
The expert speaks.
Oh, so much of my life I wasted on that game.
The time is just after 10 to 8. Can a town decide it's too posh for a pub chain? It seems that's what's happened in the Hampshire town of Lymington, which is on the fringes of the New Forest.
Yeah, when the pub chain JD Wetherspoon tried to buy up a large shop in the town, hundreds of people objected. Graham Setchell is in Lymington to tell us what happened next. Morning, Graham.
Morning to both of you. Well, what happened next is the town said, no, this is the shop that Wetherspoons wanted to buy and turn into a pub. Lymington has something of a track record on this. 4 years ago, it said no to Argos, which has now become an M&S store down there, you may be able to see. So, we've been asking this morning, has